Ooh, mamacitas! Bitcoin is up $1,000 in the last 48 hours. As you guys know, we predicted this move to the day, but now, more importantly, we're coming to you with what we think makes the most sense. And two of these things are absolutely mind-boggling, as nutty and juicy as could be. Bitcoin absolutely smashed up to our target, as you can see in this rectangle on the screen here. What does it mean? Is this move destined to go higher? Guys, where does Bitcoin sit? Because things are starting to get really exciting. Guys, things are just starting to heat up so much. We're seeing our first touch on this 21 weekly moving average, which is what we've been saying is ultimate bull mode for weeks now. Guys, what do we say? If there's a pump, there's a dump, and if there's a dump, there's a pump. When there's a dump, there's a pump, and when there's a pump, there's a dump. Okay? Try saying that 36 times fast with 2 hot dogs in your mouth. Nearly impossible. Tell everyone to get out of my way, get out of my kitchen, because this mamacita is cooking some fajitas. Wow, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this episode. I usually don't do videos like 5 days a week, but there has just been so much price action, I feel is my absolute duty. And as well, with all these correct calls, I just have to come on and make some more videos. Wow. You guys, I have 2 very critical pieces of information that I want to show to you in this video. I'm very excited about it. Bitcoin is just, I mean, this is absolutely beautiful, you guys. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Is this rally only just getting started, or is there something more sinister at play? Cannot wait to get into that with you guys. And as well, I've read your comments. Far more of you guys said that I should do 2 giveaways, as this is like a package deal, but I'm 99% sure they're each individually sealed as well. So we're going to be giving 2 people a chance to win this month. The Ledger X and the Ledger S. Okay, guys, so all you have to do to win that giveaway is leave a comment below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn those notifications on, ding that bell, and guys, follow me on Twitter. Wow. Without any further ado, instead of ado, we say agoo. Let's take a look at these charts, you guys. So I want to start off here. So this is just the inverse head and shoulders, and we've actually broken up past my box here, okay? So this is the zone I wanted it to come into, and this is kind of what I was just predicting, the area that it would come into. This would be a breakout, okay? So actually, as of about an hour ago, we actually did touch on 8,200. Now, if we go to the small time frames, you see that area is a very key area as well, and that's where it's finding some significant resistance there. Okay, these are the 30-minute time frames. And the only reason I have it on the 30-minute is just so you can see all of the data laid out there. This would make a lot of sense as well in the 4-hour. You could see it, but again, most of it's just combined into one candle. And I just like having more candles just so we can see what's happening on these smaller time frames. Okay, guys, so what we've been seeing within this breakout is a very interesting pattern. Okay, before we get into the 2 very key things that I need to talk about in this video, I want to illustrate this to you. Okay, what we've been doing is having massive pumps, horizontal tops, massive pump, horizontal top. This time we actually had a drop, then a massive pump, horizontal top, pump, horizontal top, pump. Okay, guys, so this is just a very bullish continuation so far. Again, these are the small time frames, so you won't really see this pattern unless you go to something like a 30-minute chart. They'll just look like big old candles on the 4-hour. Okay, so realistically, where's Bitcoin at right now? Okay, so it did break out to the target here. So if we do it, this is the different chart. This is the Bitfinex chart. But if we take the height here, this was the breakout target. Okay, I'm gonna transpose this over so you can see this. The breakout target was right around here. Okay, but patterns are not so simple that you can always just draw on a inverse head and shoulders, the top of the neckline to the head, and then put it over and bam, you know, the target is guaranteed to hit, in this case, 8,500. Okay, something when it comes to trading in general is you need to factor in the entire market, whether that's the moving averages, the Fibonacci's, other descending channels and patterns within these other patterns, key market structure lines in support and resistance. You have to factor in a lot of things, okay? So right now we're actually facing a very important level, okay? Right now we're finding some resistance right around here, you guys. Okay, you see where this is, and you see actually right where it topped out for right now around the 8,200 is a very key level. If you go back to, this is all the way back in May of 2019. Okay, I talked a little bit about this yesterday, but this whole area here is just a very strong, it's a very cluttered zone. It's a very cluttered zone, a very muddy zone, okay? And that's where we're finding a little bit of resistance right here. But so far, things are looking absolutely beautiful. So I think one of the key questions that we can begin to talk about now in the video is this breakout just getting started? Is this the start of something huge? Or can we expect a pullback. And guys, I want to preface that by just saying in general, we should always have some sort of pullback or consolidation after a big confirmation or a big breakout of a move. Okay guys, even with these three charts right here, you can see that when it breaks the neckline, you see it come down and then touch that neckline again and then head up. Now guys, I'm not saying that that's guaranteed to happen. However, I do want you guys to be prepared because that is a very strong possibility and that is a bullish possibility. The reason I put so much emphasis on that is because in that time period that it might be happening, people would be very bearish, like, oh, we're just going back down. But in fact, that's a part of this pattern, and that would be a bullish continuation of it, most likely. That's a very good sign there. Granted, it doesn't, touch the neckline and go like $2,000 below it. That would obviously not be a good sign. But something else we have to keep in mind is we've actually broken pretty significantly from this pattern. And another thing we have to realize when we talk about the entire market as a whole and factoring in everything, we have to realize that if I actually zoom out to this, out of this downtrend and as this inverse head and shoulders is forming at the 7 months into a descending channel at key Fibonacci levels, at key market structure levels with this purple line here, everything like that, this more importantly could signal an ultimate reversal of the mega bull mode that we've been talking about for months now. Full on bull mode, that could be the signal for what this is. Now that could play out in a few ways. It could play out with us absolutely annihilating some of these levels here and breaking past 84, 8,500. Okay, that's like the ultimate bullish scenario for right now. But again, even in that type of scenario, there could be a significant pullback. Second scenario is what I just talked about, where we get a pullback, a retrace back to the neckline here to kind of cement that, and then even just go even further bull mode. Okay, definitely have to keep an eye on that. And guys, something else I wanted to point your attention to, this is very interesting. Now we do see these Bitfinex or these Bitcoin longs actually coming down. Look at this. It's actually finally curving down in a substantial way. And you see price rising as that's happening. And guys, actually something I do want to point your attention to as well, there is a slight gap right here. Okay, now this does not necessarily mean this has to be filled. It just very often is. But that's right around the 77, 7600 level. Okay, now what does that mean? Okay, if the gap would be filled, it would dip down to here. And guys, let's look at this chart, 76, 75. That would put us right around here, you guys. So a pullback to even right around these levels. Okay, that's not bearish at all. That would be incredibly bullish, especially if it was even right around this zone, a little bit lower than that. That could still be very bullish. Again, doesn't have to go all the way down to the neckline, but even a key level of support like this area right here, right around the 75, could be a very good confirmation where we continue to bounce. I think people get tongue-tied and hung up on like literally having patterns be absolutely perfect and they have to do very specific things. But usually when you're talking about that kind of thing, it doesn't happen, okay? There's a lot of room for subjectivity in this market, especially with these patterns. Wow, 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 wow. Now I want to move on to something else as well, you guys. So when it comes to this pattern here, we've actually broken back above some key market structure, this purple line. We've actually annihilated it for right now by, currently it's about $400, but it did go all the way up $600 and even almost $700 above that very critical level. So again, this is looking very bullish. And actually on this chart as well, you can see that a pullback even to the 77 and 78, that would be very bullish and a very big continuation possibility instead of going all the way down to maybe 74 or 75. It doesn't have to bounce all the way down to those levels, okay? We're not just dealing with an inverse head and shoulders here. We're dealing with so many different patterns, okay? The key market structure, the 6.5, the Fibonacci, the golden pocket, okay? We have that there. And most importantly, you guys, we've actually now broken out for the first time of this descending channel. Now this becomes absolutely crucial, okay? So right around here, this is one of the most important parts of the video right here, you guys. Let me try and draw this a little more straight. I'll just extend it out for the next video, but for right now, I'll just extend it out like this, as straight as I can, okay? Woo! Here we go. Whoa! Okay, look at that. So right around the 77, 7,800 level coincides perfectly with the bottom of this market structure and the top of this descending channel. So if we got a pullback to here, you guys, okay, look at this. A pullback to here and then a continuous bounce, that is probably my most bullish pullback scenario to continue this bullish momentum. So out of all possibilities, I just want to summarize this up real quick. Continue just, absolutely going full bull mode and just keep going up is awesome. That's scenario one. And scenario two is we get a pullback, but my most preferred pullback scenario is a pullback to around that 77, 76 $100 level. Right now we're about $400 more than that. Now keep in mind, it can still remain bullish if it goes a few $100s even lower than that pullback, okay? That can still remain really bullish, but in my opinion, that's the most bullish for right now. I want to see this momentum continue as we're in a very bullish setup right now. We want to see the momentum continue. We do see that volume coming in, but guys, we want to see a lot more volume, and over the next few days, if we see volume that rivals candles like this, then that is absolute confirmation, absolute bull mode, absolute excitement. Just so much cool stuff, you guys. So definitely, you guys have to check that out. I'm so excited for that. Thank you guys. Also, guys, thank you so much for the support, all the nice words. Again, this was very awesome to see this pattern come to fruition after we were calling it. It's even more awesome to see it happen on the day that we said it would happen. You know, there obviously is some luck involved with that. Okay, clearly, I'm not some sort of magic wizard or some sort of Harry Potter fan or something like that. But in fact, this was just awesome to see, and we want this move to continue, guys. The most important part, and the reason I'm so excited about this, is because the key important level that this happened on the macro time frames, okay, we're talking about on the weekly chart, like where this is happening on the weekly chart, on these higher time frames, is just absolutely key and important that we're getting this bounce. Now, we'll have to wait and see, guys, okay? Actually, what's the most important of everything is this, guys. After this huge blast up, we're seeing our first touch on this 21 weekly moving average, which is what we've been saying is ultimate bull mode for weeks now, actually months. So this 21 week moving average initiating full on bull mode, this is what we've been talking about as being needed to be broken. And we've just got our first touch off that. You can see it on my screen now. You can see the candle actually wicked up right around, went to 8190, 8200. And this is right at 8170, okay? So literally right here is where it's finding first a little bit of a significant retracement there. But again, this thing could just pop off and keep going up, or it doesn't even have to pull back and keep going up. So keep in mind, that is the most key indicator. That's full on bull mode. And guys, as always, even if we do shatter this, and if we break it by like $1,000, it's still likely that we could come down and test it for support, okay? It always happens. Guys, what do we say? If there's a pump, there's a dump, and if there's a dump, there's a pump. When there's a dump, there's a pump, and when there's a pump, there's a dump, okay? Try saying that 36 times fast with 2 hot dogs in your mouth. Nearly impossible. Okay, guys, so thanks so much for watching. Very exciting stuff. Absolutely thrilled with everything that's been going on with these charts, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.